So now I'm thinking, can we even trust them for the other products? Time for round 2.
And this one was much harder. There's a metal mesh on the inside that's covering a regular mesh underneath. And what's worse is all the pellets are glued to another metal mesh underneath the regular one. So this is such a hassle, which I guess speaks to how well designed the levoit products are. Even if there's a hole, no carbon is falling out. And this is the result. And the final count is 28, but there's still a ton of carbon in there that I couldn't get to. Not to mention, I couldn't get all the carbon off the mesh, so I believe there's around 40 grams total. But regardless, I'm feeling triumphant because I get to tell Todd he doesn't know what he's talking about.
So I think what happened is on Amazon it's called the 200SP,
But when you go to the actual website, it's only called the Vital 200S.
so I did all that work for nothing. Cool. Also, levoit has special filters that have extra carbon with ARC formula, which I don't have, but I might test these filters for the next video. Oh, I almost forgot about the Core Mini.
As you can see on the inside, these aren't pellets. This is a whole carbon layer, so this is a different type of carbon.
So the carbon might be less effective, so even if I cut it open, it wouldn't really matter.
All I know is this is the smallest filter, so probably less than 40 grams, so D.
But for now, if you want something just for odor,
Get the Vital 200 or the Core 400.
but the Vital is a little bit cheaper, so that would be your best bet.
But when you look inside, this is the Core 600. You see how much space there are between the carbon. This is the Core 400. There's not too much space. You can barely see through it. You see there's a lot less space. So yeah, I guess that's believable. A for 400 and B for 600. Okay, what about the Vital 200 then?
No, I'm leaving. I'm gone. I'm back. Look at the size difference.
How is that possible? This is basically half the size. Look at this.
It's not possible.
And it was at this point where I became suspicious of Todd. What if he doesn't actually know what he's talking about? Or he knows I'm making a video and wants me to look stupid. So I asked another support, and guess what? I got the same answer. I guess it's time to give up and move on. Maybe other reviewers, but not here. So this was pretty simple. There's just a mesh that's glued onto the frame and I just ripped it off. But now I realize I made a big mistake. How am I supposed to pour this? It's gonna go everywhere. So I used a box to cover the other sections and poured it all down. And this is the result. But now for the moment of truth. I knew it! 256 grams, highest out of all of them. Take that, Todd.
See how high the VOC gets with just a spray directly into the air measurement thing. We can't do this in here. Oh my god. Oh my god. I don't care what you guys think. I'm not exaggerating. This smells so bad. I'm not gonna smell like that ever again. So I have the air quality monitor here. I'm gonna spray the fart spray here. I'm gonna see how long the filter takes to get rid of all the VOC gas. I'm stopping it here because none of this worked. I tried so many ways to test this. I tried putting it on a tissue. I tried spraying it into the filter. I tried spraying the air and the results were always inconsistent. Because once the carbon inside right here absorbs odor, it's less effective.
I've been using the Core 600 and also the Core 400 regularly, so the carbon inside is much weaker.
The best way to rank them is to see how much carbon is inside each and every filter. And we have our friend Todd to help us. We have the Core 200 and 300 with the same amount. Not too surprising since they're both similar in size. Both C.
Next up is the Core 600.
What?
This is the Core 400 filter and this is the 600. Look at the... How is that possible? What's the 400 then?